بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين، والصلاة والسلام على خاتم الأنبياء والمرسلين وعلى آله وصحبه ومن تبعهم بإحسان إلى يوم الدين. اللهم انفعنا بما علمتنا وعلمنا ما ينفعنا وزدنا علما. اللهم فقهنا في الدين وعلمنا التأويل وعلمنا الحكمة. اللهم يسر ولا تعسر وتمم علينا بالخير. اللهم يسر ولا تعسر وتمم علينا بالخير. اللهم يسر ولا تعسر وتمم علينا بالخير، وبك نستعين يا فتاح يا فتاح يا فتاح. وبعد. So we're continuing in the khasa'is, the unique qualities that the Prophet ﷺ only he was granted or only his ummah was granted. So I'll read the first one, which is number 8 that we're up to. أنه. So this is yeah, just continuing the list. فمن خصائصه صلى الله عليه وسلم أنه عليه أفضل الصلاة والسلام قد شمل جميع أوجه الحياة بعظمته. فإذا كان الأفراد القلائل في التاريخ فاقوا وظهروا في جانب ما، فإنك تجدهم في بقية الجوانب عاديين أو دون العاديين. Did we read this? It just sounds something similar to something that came before, but I guess it's just a little different. Um, وأما عظمة النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم فإنها كاملة شاملة لا قصور فيها عن غاية الكمال في أي جانب من جوانب الحياة، أو خصلة فاضلة من خصال الفضائل. وهكذا تجد عناوين كثيرة جدا في عظمته صلى الله عليه وسلم، مثل محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم الداعي، محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم العسكري، محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم السياسي الإداري. Okay, sorry, he wanted it to do محمد. That's why saying الإداري البليغ الصديق الرئيس الزوج الأب السيد الأمين الصادق الوفي المأمون الجواد الرؤوف الرحيم العابد المتواضع المتنزه عن الدنيا الرجل إلى آخره, etc. So he says that another one of the unique qualities is that he sallallahu alaihi wasallam basically encompassed all aspects of life with his majesty and sublime nature. And even though there are other individuals, like few individuals in history, afrad jam'u fard, uh, qala'il qala'il is jama of, I guess, qalil, but
قليلة.
yeah, qalila it sounds like. I just never saw it used as like an adjective like this before. Okay, qalila. Yeah. Yeah. Actually, yeah, here it's saying for qalil. Qalil can be aqilla or qala'il. But I mean, I know why you're saying qalila because that's the usual pattern. Fada'il, fadila. But yeah, that's what's saying in this dictionary. We can look into it more. في التاريخ. So there's some special few individuals in history that they were faqu, they were higher than everyone else in a certain characteristic, from one angle, or zaharu, and they're very they stand out in one particular field or one angle. But then you find that in all the other fields, like in every other field, they're just normal people or even less than normal. Did we read this or not?
I missed last reading, but I have a question. Is this ما الإبهامي إبهامية
Which one did you say? Sorry, what did you say?
في جانب ما is this ما الإبهامية.
Yeah, because we're saying like some janib. We didn't say which one. Like how they say I mean it's always used in this way, right? With the word before it has tanween and then ma. Yeah, this is ma ibhamiyya, right? I don't remember if that's the name, but I think so.
like في شيء ما.
Yeah, it's the same one. It's the same one as that. I just didn't remember the name of it.
I think I'm pretty sure that's what it's called.
Okay. Yeah, I looked up قرأت موضوعا ما. Yeah, it's the same one. مبني على محل صفة نعت لما قبلها دائما. وفي القرآن يقول إن الله لا يستحي أن يضرب مثلا ما ما بعودة وما the rest of the ayah. Okay. مثلا ما يضرب مثلا ما. Um, as for his greatness, as for the greatness of the Prophet alayhi salatu wasalam, it was complete and encompassing, not just like in some fields or in some aspects. لا قصور فيها عن غاية and there was no shortcoming stopping it from reaching the highest level of perfection from every possible aspect of life or every angle of life. Oh, khaswadan. Oh, or in any praiseworthy or virtuous quality from all possible virtuous qualities, and and this is and that we find hakada in this way, in this way you find a large many titles, a great many titles pertaining to his greatness, sallallahu alaihi wasallam. For example, Muhammad ad-Da'i, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the Muhammad, the um, caller to Islam, to truth. Muhammad, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the soldier, al-Askari. No, actually, al-Askari, yeah, it's just a soldier, yeah. But of course, he wasn't just a soldier; he was also, like the general, the leader. Muhammad, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, a siyasi, politician. And of course, these are a lot of these are a lot of these are common, like modern titles. Like I don't think the classical Arabic they really used as siyasi to mean someone good at politics. They wouldn't really have used that word. I think they used other words for that. Al-Idari, someone good at like uh, logistics and administration. Remember we said at Tartib al-Idari, that was what they used before for like bureaucracy and administration. Al-Baligh, very eloquent. As-Sadiq, as-Sadiq, here I mean someone who has sidq, so like uh what's the translation like a sidq? So
Truthful?
yeah, truthful. Yeah, but I guess it's also like it has that undertone of being sincere. They're truthful because they're sincere. Al-Rais, the leader, Az-Zawj, husband, Al-Ab, the father, As-Sayyid, master or leader also. Al-Amin, trustworthy, As-Sadiq. So this is truthful. Yeah. Al-Wafi, someone loyal, always keeps their word and they're like a good friend, etc. Al-Ma'mun, someone who is trusted. Al-Jawad. So you say Al-Ma'mun al-Mal, like he's trusted with money. Al-Jawadu, someone who's very generous. Ar-Rauf ar-Rahim, someone very merciful and forbearing. Al-Abid, so worship. So Abid definitely worshipper. Abd can be used in different ways, but Abid is almost pretty much always like a worshipper. Al-Mutawadi, someone very humble despite all these great qualities. Al-Mutanazzih and dunya, so someone who is just has no need of the dunya. He just he's like he's above those things. Not in like a or arrogant way, but literally above those things. They don't concern him because his concern is the next world. Of course, his concern is also this world, but insofar as what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has commanded him to do. Otherwise, his concern is the next world. Ar-Rajul. So Rajul here, like a real man. Um, yeah. So, Omar, why don't you go ahead and read, and then Ahmed can read after that.
اوكي، بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. قال رحمه الله ونفعنا بعلومه في الدارين امين. ومن خصائص عظمة النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم أنه في كل حياته منذ نشأته، ثم في شبابه، ثم في كهولته، ثم في دعوته وجهاده صلى الله عليه وسلم، كان هو موضع الأسوة الحسنة والقدوة المثلى لكل إنسان يريد أن ينشأ بقوة وكمال في هذه الحياة، لما دأب عليه من الصبر والمصابرة، كما سجله القرآن الكريم: ألم يجدك يتيما فآوى ووجدك ضالا فهدى ووجدك عائلا فأغنى. um,
Yeah, I guess you can do paragraph at a time because the
okay.
next this is actually pretty long. This number 9.
Okay, I'll do the next. Okay, I'll just translate this and then read the next ones.
Okay.
Uh, and from the character, the specific characteristics of his greatness, sallallahu was that uh, in throughout his life, since his upbringing, then or since his like birth, I guess, or yeah, upbringing, then
Yeah, I guess like younger childhood or early childhood, if you want to make it like if you want to match the next things.
yeah,
Because Shababi
then
is already like his youth, I guess.
okay, then
Yeah,
his
think
youth,
of it. Yeah.
then what is kahula? Is like old age?
It means old age, but here, I guess maturity, you can say. Yeah, I mean, it
Hmm.
means like becoming mature, not necessarily old.
Okay.
Yeah.
kahula. Where is okay? ثم في دعوته وجهاده. Then in his calling, like to Islam, and in his struggle or battle, in his struggle and battle,
Yeah.
sallallahu he was in the position of the role model, the great role model or a good role model, and the model role model again.
Or
قدوة
like
also
perfect,
like same meaning.
perfect example or something you could say.
A perfect exemplar. Okay, yeah, that's a good transition. For every
Yeah.
human being. Sorry, 1 second. My dad's coming.
Okay.
Sorry, my dad was asking
No
me.
problem.
Um, where was it? Oh, yeah. For every human being uh, who wanted to like grow up in with strength and perfection in this life, or come up with strength and perfection in this life.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, so he was a good role model for any of these people, basically. لما دأب عليه من الصبر. This Lee is connected to what the
Uh,
wisdom of ta'ala.
I think Kana who because he's the perfect role model. Why? Uh, because of what was his habit or his
Oh, this is for ta'lil.
that's how I was reading it. Like why
Hmm.
is he the perfect example? Because XYZ.
كان هو like كان هو كذا وكذا لما دأب.
Yeah, that's what I was reading it as.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. Yeah. تعليلي. Yeah. دأب عليه من الصبر. دأب is like
That like if
ready to look at the web.
someone's da'ab is like their ada, they're like normal, how they are, or their nature, I guess you could say. So da'aba is like how was something he always did. So I guess here you can say the fact that he was constantly patient and persevering or enduring or something like that.
Okay. لما دأب عليه من الصبر. Okay. والمصابرة من فرط بعيد. Uh, right. Yeah. Or
Sorry, what did you say? I don't know if there's like a connection problem or something.
do you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you now.
Okay, my bad. When did I cut off? What was the last thing?
Just when you said the Quran, I guess the Quranic ayah you were about to translate.
Oh, yeah. And then when the Quran, what the Quran, like notes down, or is that
Yeah,
what?
or you can even like literally like recorded what the Quran has
Or
recorded or
recording?
something.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Like this
So
G.
yeah, yeah. I was find you, and found you lost and guided.
I think your connection is like slow or something because you're cutting off a lot.
Yeah, my bad. I don't know. I don't know why it doesn't like during class for some reason only.
Yeah, I don't know. That's weird
Yeah.
because your video's not on or anything, so just sending audio shouldn't really be a problem. Well, why don't you finish this paragraph, then we'll let Ahmed do it, and then see if yours is better for the next paragraph.
Yeah, yeah, it's fine. So yeah, did we not find you an orphan and we guided you? So we guided you, and found you lost and guided, or no, sorry, and sheltered you, and found you lost and guided. وجدك عائلا, and
Okay.
found you.
Sorry, I was just saying okay to Ahmed's message. Yeah.
Yeah, عائلا like lofty or
No,
um.
no, like like yeah, like depending on others.
Oh, from عيال. Okay, okay.
Yeah,
Dependent, and we sufficed you.
Yeah, like you don't need to rely on other people.
I
Like,
see. Okay.
yeah. Okay, I'll read the next one and then we'll go back to you and see if it's better.
Yeah, hopefully. I'll try to change the. Let me
Okay.
see.
Yeah. كانت حياته صلى الله عليه وسلم مثالا لكل نوع من أنواع المجاهدة اقتدت به أمته فيها من بعده، حتى نبغ فيها نبغاء من كل جنس وطبقة ومن كل المستويات والألوان. لم ينبغ مثلهم في التاريخ من بيئاتهم إلا في ظل الإسلام. So his life, sallallahu alayhi wasallam, was an example for every possible type of striving and struggling. اقتدت به أمته, and his ummah followed him in all these different facets of struggling after him, min ba'dihi, after his life, sallallahu alayhi wasallam, such that نبغى فيها نبغاء من كل جنس, such that like exemplary people, I guess Nabigh is like a exemplary person, I think. So like I'm trying to think of Nabaga, like people, special people, like gifted people excelled from every possible type and generation of person. Um, من كل المستويات والألوان, from every like level of society, maybe classes of society, and also colors, like races, basically. Alwan also they used to mean anwa, like types. It doesn't have to be colors or races, but here I guess it's probably races. From different social classes and different skin colors. لم ينبغ مثلهم. So nobody excelled like them in history. Um, from their bi'at, so their environment. So like no one from these sorts of environments in history ever excelled like they did, except in the shade of Islam. Like in the shadow or the shade. I think shade sounds better. In the shade of Islam, that's the only time this happened. Um, Let me read the next one, but you can let me know if you're ready. You can try also. Um, وقد عد أوكي وقد عد العلماء المحققون والعقلاء الحكماء المتأملون فضائل أخلاقه صلى الله عليه وسلم دلائل على نبوته، وسبق لذلك سابق الصحابة أبو بكر الصديق وأمثاله. آه yeah. ومن أهل الإسلام وهرقل no هرقل sorry وهرقل I guess وسواه من غير أهل الإسلام. Was it? Oh, I get it. Herakl is the example of people who are not from Ahlul Islam. Okay. وقد راح هرقل يسأل أبا سفيان ورفاقه من تجار مكة وهم مشركون آنئذ عن النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم. Let me just translate that part, then we'll read the conversation with Abu Sufyan. So he said the scholars, the verifying scholars and the um, these like these wise intellectuals who contemplated the virtues of his character, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and they considered them to be so adda, to consider, right? In English we also say to count something as something also means to consider. So here adda, means to count or consider. So all these people, these great scholars, counted these amazing qualities of his character. They counted them as proofs for his prophethood. دلالة على نبوته. And then in the footnote, he says what? Al-Arba'in fi Usul ad-Din. Okay, so he's quoting Imam al-Razi, Fakhruddin al-Razi. Well, I don't know if he's quoting it, but he's citing Fakhr al-Razi, and he's also citing Ithar al-Haq al-Khalq li Muhammad al-Murtada al-Yamani. This is actually a pretty famous book in the subcontinent, Ithar al-Haq al-Khalq. It says al-Yamani, but I think this scholar was in India, if I remember correctly. Unless I'm mixing up two books. Maybe the other one is called Ithar al-Haq, not Ithar al-Haq. I think I'm
What is
mixing.
he quoting Razi for? What exactly?
What'd you say?
What is he quoting Imam Razi for?
I think
What is
that it
the?
seems like the thing about the good character being a proof of prophethood.
I have that part open actually right now. I see it.
Does it? Oh, really?
Yeah, this is it's on المثل في إثبات نبوة محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم.
Oh, mashallah, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. So it talks about this then, like about the character
E-
being proof.
Yeah,
Okay, mashallah, nice.
he's talking about that. He's saying أو أما المقدمات الثالثة وهي أن كل من كان كذلك كان صادقا فالذي يدل عليه And then like he talks about
Okay, nice. Yeah, mashallah.
surprisingly there's a quotation like it was actually accurate in 310.
So it was quoting then, pretty much. This وقد عدد العلماء المحققون وكذا. Is that like a quote?
I don't. I mean, I have to look for it, but
Okay, yeah, you can look for it after. But yeah, okay, I was wondering. Anyway, it gives us other reference. So the Ithar al-Haq actually some other book. I was thinking of the wrong book. محمد بن مرتضى اليماني. Then أعلام النبوة للماوردي. وقد ذكروا مجامع مفيدة جدا في ذلك. So they mentioned a whole lot of examples like about how his character would be, sallallahu alaihi wasallam would be a proof for prophethood. So he's just giving a reference here. وسبق لذلك سابق الصحابة. So and also before these people, these great ulama, people from the Muslims, from the Sahaba, from the Sabiq Sahaba, right? The Sabiq as-Sabiqun, which the Mufassirun differ on who the Sabiqun are, but definitely people like Abu Bakr and these Muhajirun are from them. Because Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu is early no matter what scale you use, and like he's an early Muslim. So anyway, they say that the earliest of the Sahaba, such as Sayyidina Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu, and the like of him from Muslims, and even people from non-Muslims, such as Heracles or Heraclius, the Roman emperor, or what we call now Byzantine emperor. Even them, they kind of they all kind of accepted that fact that this character was something above and beyond normal human character. وقد راح هرقل يسأل أبا سفيان. So Raha Yaruhu is like it's like one of it has like so many different meanings, right? Um, in both in classical and in modern Arabic. But here, I guess you would say he started asking him, or he was asking him, Raha Yas'al. They use it kind of like Shara'a or Bada'a, but I don't know, if someone thinks that it's a different word here, feel free to say so. Because a lot of times in modern Arabic they use it raha yurhu to mean to go, like yadhab. But here I think it's like he started doing it. You could probably think of a different one. Yeah, to begin or something. Okay, so so Herakl started asking Abu Sufyan, and Abu Sufyan wasn't a Muslim yet, right? And his companions, Rifaq, Jam'u, what is it the plural of?
Rafiq.
Yeah, Rafiq, because Rafiq is like a companion. So Oh, whoops. Okay, yeah. Yeah, Rafiq. So Rafiq, the main plural is what, Rafaqa, I guess. But Rifaq is also another plural. So he was asking Abu Sufyan and his companions from the traders or the merchants of Mecca, and they were all mushrikun at that point. They asked him about the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Omar, why don't you try reading this paragraph, this part, the quote, and we'll see
Yeah,
how
if
you're
I
connecting it.
start lagging, like just say it, yeah.
What do you say?
If I start
Yeah, if you
disconnecting or
start lagging, I'll let you know, and then I'll take over.
uh وهم يشركون عن النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم. فهل كنتم تتهمونه بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قال رحمه الله ونفعنا بعلومه في الدارين آمين. فهل كنتم تتهمونه بالكذب قبل أن يقول ما قال فقال أبو سفيان
Yeah.
آه، لا لا فعلق هرقل قائلا فقد
Actually,
أعرف أن
sorry, give me 1 second. I think someone might be knocking on my door.
أوكي no problem.
1 second. Someone knocking? Hey, somebody go out. Maybe go out. Okay, yeah, you can continue.
أوكي فقال أبو سفيان لا فعلق هرقل قائلا فقد أعرف أنه لم يكن ليظهر الكذب على الناس واكذب على الله وكان فيما سأله ماذا يأمركم فأجاب أبو سفيان يقول اعب- اعبدوا الله اعبدوا الله ولا تشركوا به شيئا واتركوا ما يقول آباؤكم ويأمرنا بالصلاة والصدق والعفاف والصلة قال هرقل فإن كان ما تقول
Heraklu,
حقا.
right?
sorry.
Heraklu.
Oh sorry هرقل. Yeah, my bad. قال حرقل: فإن كان ما تقول حقا فسيملك موضع قدمي هاتين. سبحان
Yeah,
الله.
موضع قدمي, right? Because
uh,
it's مثنى and يا المتكلم, like مضاف إلى يا المتكلم.
mm, oh, it's not. I see. Okay, okay.
My 2 feet, right?
Okay, زي متكلم. Okay, I thought it was like قدمين, but then since it's مضاف. Okay, never mind.
Well,
I
that's
get
what
it
I
now.
remember from the hadith at least, but we can look it up.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Because like when it's mudaf, the noon is half noon, so that's why.
Yeah, but hatain here is not. It's just
Yeah.
not. I mean, it's not either mudaf ilayh or anything.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Makes sense. Uh. Okay. So wait. So who is this? Speaking here then? هل كنتم تتهمون? Is this Herakl?
This is Herakl, yeah. He's because those guys. I mean, before this in the hadith, they're telling him like, oh, he's a liar. Don't worry about it. And he's like, oh, so you're just gonna call him a liar without actually like letting me know what they say, basically. What he says.
I see. Okay. Uh. So it's like, is this like the middle of a hadith or something? Like,
Yeah, it's in the middle. He didn't quote the whole thing.
I see.
This
Okay.
is like Sayyidina Jafar is there, and Abu Sufyan is there, and like he's making Abu Sufyan answer with all the people behind him, the rest of his Qurayshi people behind him, and like they're gonna make a symbol of Abu Sufyan lies, and the other people are defending themselves like the Muslims. So it's all happening like this is like in the middle of that happening.
I see. Okay. So he's saying, so are you people concerned, or sorry, تتهمونه like accusing him
Yeah.
with lying, yeah, with lying before he says what he said, before he says.
Yeah, before he tells what he said, meaning we can look at the hadith, but I think this thing this is Abu Sufyan. Like before Abu Sufyan tells me what he said, meaning Sallallahu
Ah,
Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam.
I see. Okay, okay. So Abu Sufyan said no. So Herakl.
Oh, sorry. I misread this. Um, like remember kuntum tattahimun, right? It's kana plus mudara, so it's in the past, right? So did you used to accuse him of lying before he started saying what he says now?
Okay,
Meaning
okay,
before
okay.
prophethood. Yeah, sorry. Without the context, it's actually kind of hard to understand this.
Yeah, I was confused at first.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes more sense. So Abu Sufyan said no. So Herakl like added to that, saying,
Oh, you commented on it. You can say
I
Allah.
like him.
Yeah.
Uh, and so I certainly know that لم يكن, that he's not, that he was not, he's not someone that ليذر الكذب would lie, or sorry, يذر is like,
Like it's in the Quran too, right?
is this that word that only has a mudari'? It's only used mudari'. I feel like I've heard.
like so there is like stop to stop, right? Like to stop. But yeah, we don't use I think you're right. This is that word, isn't it? Uh
Oh yeah, it's like
because
لذر.
it would have been wow la ra, but I don't think we use the maldi. I think you're right.
Yeah, I remember something like this. This
Yeah,
or something.
so but it's in the Quran. Yeah, you're right. It's only mudara, so yadharu. And what's in the Quran? Dharhum fi khawdihim wa hum
Oh, it
yal'ab.
wasn't Sayyidina Musa, I think, right? Or
Yeah,
Sayyidina Nuh. One of the prophet stories where like,
yeah, let me just look it up quick. But yeah, basically yadharu means to leave or just stop, like leave or not do something.
Or like وضع البيع and Bay and like sorts of Juma.
Yeah, good. So wadharul bay'. Yeah, so it's used in the command form too. يا أيها الذين آمنوا إذا نودي للصلاة من يوم الجمعة فاسعوا was it يا أيها الذين آمنوا إذا نودي للصلاة من يوم الجمعة فاسعوا إلى ذكر الله وذروا البيع. Yeah, leave your trade. Yeah, good.
hmm, okay.
Yeah, go ahead if you try to figure out the rest of it.
Yeah, لم يكن ليذر الكذب. Like leave off a lie on the people
Yeah,
and
like
lie.
he didn't used to lie like about normal things, about people, and now he's gonna start lying on about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Like that's the point he's making.
Uh,
So like I knew he's saying I basically I knew that he wouldn't be someone who like didn't lie in normal worldly matters and then started lying about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala based on what Abu Sufyan told him already.
okay. And he was in what he was asking. I don't get. كان في مسألة.
Oh, so just saying um from like basically kana and then the ism kana is this the whole quote. So Fima sa'alahu meaning what he meaning Herakl asked Abu Sufyan meaning it's from the hadith these other questions. Wa kana fima sa'alahu.
Okay.
So this
وكان.
next question is from what Herakl asked Heracles
I
asked
see. Okay.
Yeah,
في مسألة. ماذا يأمركم? What do you command? What does he command you with?
yeah.
But Abu Sufyan answered. He says, worship Allah and don't associate any partners with him, and leave what your forefathers were saying. And he ordered us with prayer and truthfulness and forgiveness and keeping ties.
Afaf is not really forgiveness, right? That's you're thinking of
Oh,
afu. This is different.
oh, my bad.
Like this is from
Okay.
iffa. The mustard is al iffa. It can mean different things, but usually we're talking about like chastity, like sexual, not no, not zina, like not doing zina and stuff like that. Al iffa.
Afaf, chastity.
But it can be the word is used for like non-sexual things too. But I think here it's probably about not zina because that was one
Yeah,
of the early commands to the Meccans, right?
with chastity
Yeah,
and keep maintaining ties.
good.
Herakl said. So if it is how you're saying, if it was how you're saying right now. Sorry, if uh if what you're saying is true, then you will, then he will attain my position where like he will take possession of the place where my 2 feet are right now.
Yeah, like he's gonna eventually, conquer everything basically. Yeah,
Oh,
so yeah, I think this part is a little clearer in the hadith, but yeah, that's the famous story. Why don't you just read the next few lines also, because it's then the next point will come.
اوكي. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قال رحمه الله ونفعنا بعلومه في الدارين. فتأمل أخي
So
المؤمن.
he's doing this thing again where he switches. Before he was talking in the third person, now he's talking in the second person. So how would you read that first word?
فتأمل.
Yeah, so
Oh, he's talking to us. Okay, I
yeah, he's
see.
talking to us now. That's
فت...
why he's saying akhi or whatever. Oh, so whoops, ta'ammal. Yeah.
فتأمل أخي المؤمن.
Uh,
أهم. Right? Or
no, the what the more like the person being commanded would be in which state?
أو بمنصوب.
Yeah, be mansub, right?
Wait, isn't it مرفوع? Because he's doing the فعل.
Uh, no, but isn't the oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, because there's anta. Yeah, I guess you're right. I don't know why. Okay.
This throws me off sometimes too, but
Yeah, me
I'm
too.
pretty sure it's
Yeah.
مرفوع because it's like you're doing the فعل.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of examples like this that we can probably easily figure out. But yeah, keep going and I'll try to think of it.
I'm pretty sure, yeah. فتأمل
Yeah.
أخي المؤمن أهمية. Yeah, and then أهمية is the
Yeah.
because that's what the فعل وقع عليه.
Yeah, you're right.
أخي المؤمن أهمية تلك القيم قيمه. فقد دلت هرقل. yeah, wait, what would it be هرقلون, right? No, sorry.
No.
دلت هرقل. I see
Yeah.
دلت. that like ذلك دلت or تلك دلت
Yeah.
تلك هرقل على صدق رسالة النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم. و... وجعلها أمر وجعلها أساس حياتك، فإنها من لوازم الدين الحقي. Okay. Uh, so contemplate my brother, the believer, my believing brother, the importance uh, of that like value, like
Uh,
value.
I think he's saying the importance of those values. Like
تلك values تلك
this is
القيم.
an example of when modern Arabic is affected by other languages, it seems. This almost sounds like a translation of like English or French or something. Uh,
Hmm.
because we don't really say that. We don't use qiyam to mean values as in moral values. We only use it to mean like, oh, value of a product or something like that in classical Arabic. So this is a modern book, so you'll find stuff like this.
Interesting.
Yeah, I think Sheikh Harun was doing research on this, like, when other languages affect Arabic and like yeah, you do find a lot of phrases like this. Like I know there's a phrase in like Egyptian Arabic, it's like you're giving me the cold shoulder. Like it means the same thing as in English. I don't know if it's for sure it's for English, but it sounds like it.
It's like taking majaz from English and then
Yeah, in linguistics they call it a calque. CALQUE, I think. Something like that.
mm,
But anyway, I think
yes,
that's what it means here. Actually, let me just see how he translated it, because he probably looked into it. Yeah, he said the importance of those values. Yeah.
values. And indeed they have indicated or shown Herakl or pointed Herakl or Heracles towards the truthfulness of the message of the Prophet ﷺ.
Oh,
This is about istinaf.
I mean, it's another command, right? So yeah, you can make it istitnaf if you want.
So اجعلها أساس حياتك.
Yeah. No, but it's still continuing the same idea.
فتأمل واجعلها.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, okay. Um, and make it the foundations of your life.
The same
For
thing, the
indeed,
values, right?
yeah, for indeed it is from the necessary implications
So I wouldn't
of
say
the
it, right? It's not really it. It's like they. It's going back to the qiyam, the plural. It's plural, right? So make them,
Oh yes, the values are from the
yeah.
okay, so yeah, they are from the necessary or necessities of a truthful religion.
Yeah. So the true religion has to have these qualities, these values.
Okay.
Um, Hamza, would you like to read? Well, we'll probably go for like 10 minutes more and stuff.
Inshallah, I'll just be listening
Okay,
today.
no problem. So I'll do the next paragraph and I'll go back to Omar and then we'll just finish. We'll try to just finish the section today and next time we'll do, and then we'll try to talk about adding an extra day so that we can finish on the last Wednesday of this month, which is, yeah, okay, next week. ومما امتازت به عظمة النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم ذلك الأسلوب التربوي العظيم الذي امتاز به على الناس، وهو الأمي في قوم أميين، فقد أوجد أمة فاقت الأمم في مجموعها. It's interesting to أوجد. I don't think I usually use that for human beings. Okay, فقد أوجد أمة فاقت الأمم في مجموعها كما فاقت في أفرادها. لقد حول العرب من أمة بداوة وبداء إلى أمة كنتم خير أمة أخرجت للناس، وصنع من العرب الجفاة الأميين قادة عظاما آه، عالميين like worldly people عالميين عالمي no it should be like عالميين yeah with the sukoon on the second yeah عالميين global worldly like global leaders وأساتذة معلمين ومربين هم مضرب المثل عبر التاريخ في العقل والحضارة والإيمان والخلق والعلم والثقافة فقاموا من بعده بإدارة الدولة الكبرى الإسلامية أحسن قيام نهضت به الإنسانية. كما بشره الله في الآيات القرآنية وأخبر هو صلى الله عليه وسلم في الأحاديث النبوية. Okay, so from these qualities that the greatness of the Prophet ﷺ is distinguished, is his amazing um, educational and it's not just educational, right? Tarbiyah is not just education, but his great educational approach or his amazing educational and way to like rear people, to raise them, which sets him apart from all other people. وامتاز به على الناس. وهو الأمي, and he was unlettered he was an unlettered and in an unlettered people. So al-Ummi, yeah, there's multiple interpretations of it, right? What other interpretations have you guys heard?
Maternal,
Say that again?
like maternal.
Yeah, maternal, like having a lot of care for his ummah. Uh, though the some people say because Qura, he's from Qura, but the main interpretation is, yeah, like unlettered. The standard Western interpretation now is it means Gentile, non-Jewish, like a non-Jewish prophet, which is true, of course, but it's not. I mean, according to our tradition, that's not the main meaning. And then what's so special about that? Because many prophets were like that. Anyway, so Ummi, fi qawmin Ummiyin, he was unlettered in a people that were unlettered. فقد أوجد. So Ojada we usually use with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, like Ijad. But here it just means he founded a nation that it surpassed all their nations, like put together. كما فاقت في أفرادها. Okay, sorry. He founded a nation which surpassed other nations in terms of like in a societal sense as well as individuals. The individuals of this nation surpassed individuals of other nations. لقد حول العرب, and he transformed the Arabs from a people or a nation of um, uh, but like nomadic, nation of nomads, and bada is like simplicity, like not unsophisticated, not complex people, just unsophisticated people. Or bada, you can take it back to the desert and make people of like desert people, wilderness. He transformed them into an ummah, and this ayah is a description of them. Kuntum, uh, that you are the greatest nation that has been, set apart from the people. Or I don't know what the
Or what is badat? Sorry.
But that can mean like something that's very simple and clear, or it can also mean like from Bedu from like the desert, also like from the same route as Bedouin. Primal. Ahmed said primal. Yeah, so people who are just like simple, they're just in their
So
not civilized really.
so what's the difference between Badawa and is Badawa specifically Bedouins and then
Yeah,
Bada is just
Badawa is I think generally used specific for Bedouins and having that nomadic culture.
is
Um,
this عطف التفسير then or
but I don't think they're exactly the same. Like I think they have different connotations. So. But like here, we can just look it up. So, but here they're saying, well, actually they don't have it in this one, but Badawa, Badawa, just saying desert life, but nomadism and stuff like that. But Bada is the master of Bada Yabdu, which is actually that's Badu, but yeah, Bada Yabdu, to appear, to be clear, obvious. So they sometimes use it for like simplicity and just yeah. So I guess they probably do have like somewhat of a different connotation.
so is this عطف التفسير then or like Badawa wa Bada?
I think Atf Tafsir would be if they were like really conveying the same meaning, but I think it's not exactly the same meaning.
Hmm. Okay.
But you could say that if you want to interpret them that way, you could say that. Yeah, I guess I don't know enough about like how these words are used differently, especially because it's a modern book. Because Bada usually in like our ilmi books, it means something that's obvious, but I'm not sure about here exactly. I thought I meant like simple, like not sophisticated. وصنع من العرب الجفاة. So from the barefoot unlettered Arabs, he made leaders, qadatan idam, and great leaders, great worldly, like global leaders, alami, right? So alam is the world, alami would be worldly, as like for the whole world, and then alamiyin is the plural of that. Asatid, and he made from these barefoot, what do you call it? Barefoot, unlettered Arabs. He made out of them teachers, great teachers, and great murabbin, people who like raise other people and bring them up. And of course, he's saying that he's calling the Arabs a nation of like nomads and stuff. That doesn't apply to all the Arabs, of course. And he himself, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, was not a nomad, and he never was. He's not a Bedouin, alayhi salatu wasalam. Hum madribul mathal, and they became like an example or like a proverb, like, oh, the Arabs who came out of the desert and conquered everything. They became like a proverb throughout history, or an example throughout history in terms of being uh, intellectual and as well as being civilized, like civilization and intellectual capability. Not just the Arabs, of course, the whole Ummah. And for Iman, they're also known for their faith and for their good character and for their knowledge and for their thaqafa, like their culture, being cultured. فقاموا من بعده, so they after him sallallahu alaihi wasallam they took up the role of administering a huge Islamic empire in the best way, ahsana qiyam. So ahsana, what ahsana is, what's the i'rab?
You just gave the answer.
Oh, because I underlined it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
So
مفعول به.
qamu ahsana qiyam. So what would it be?
مفعول به.
Uh, yeah, yeah. You can no, actually, qamu ahsana qiyam. Well, wouldn't you, isn't it describing the type of qiyam?
زي مفعول مطلق.
Yeah, I'd say maf'ul mutlaq. I mean, I know it's mudaf to something that would have been the maf'ul mutlaq, but don't they still call that maf'ul mutlaq usually?
Yeah.
I believe so.
Wait, إسقامه was it's لازم, right? So
Yeah, it's lazim. So
okay. Okay,
that lazim can still have maf'ul mutlaq. You can't have a maf'ul bihi.
yeah, I think it's مفعول مطلق.
Yeah, I think maf'ul mutlaq. Um, qamu ahsana qiyam. They give examples like this in the books, in the Nahu books, from what I remember. Nahadat bihil insaniya. So that human human I don't know, humanism. I hate using that term, but how do you translate it? Here he says, whereby humanity was rejuvenated. We can use that one, even though it's not exactly a literal translation. Insaniya now is used as a term to mean the same thing that we say in English, humanism, which of course we don't believe in because it's explicitly an anti-theological ideology. Um, Anyway, he's just using the term. Obviously, Sheikh didn't believe that or anything. He's just putting it into modern terms. كما بشره الله في الآيات القرآنية. So, just as Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had given him sallallahu alaihi wasallam glad tidings of in the ayat of the Quran, and that he himself sallallahu alaihi wasallam informed of in the hadith. So, Umar, why don't you finish, do this paragraph, and I'll do the very last one, then we'll finish for today.
Yeah, I'll try to do it quick إن شاء الله. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. قال رحمه الله نفعنا بعلومه في الدارين آمين. إن سيدنا محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم عظيم لأنه قدوة المقتدين في الفضائل التي يتمناها المخلصون. عظيم لأنه على خلق
المخلص
عظيم.
المخلص what?
أو مخلصون. sorry,
Yeah.
it's جمع. okay. يعني لأنه على خلق عظيم.
So, it should be على خلق عظيم, right?
Yeah, yeah, I was wondering
It's
like
quoting the Quran. إنك لعلى خلق عظيم.
yeah, okay. Yeah, that sounded off. خلق عظيم. It sounds better. uh, وحسبنا من عظمته صلى الله عليه وسلم أنه عظيم في كل ميزان. هو عظيم في ميزان الدين، عظيم في ميزان الشعور، عظيم في ميزان الأخلاق والفضائل، عظيم عند من يختلفون في التصورات الفكرية ولا يسعهم.
ولا يسعهم, because it's وسع يسع.
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 okay, from وسع. okay. ولا يسعهم أن يختلفوا في الطباع آدمية والبدهيات
Yeah.
المنطقية. Yeah. So indeed, our Master Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam is great because he is the role model of the follower of all his followers in in the virtues that the sincere strive for
Yeah,
or
sincere.
hope for,
Strive for, like wish for, right?
hope for
Tamanna.
it, wish for it.
Tamanna.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Money. Uh, great because he is upon a great character
Yeah,
and
this
suffices us.
I
Yeah,
liked Pickthall has this translation of this, that إنك لعلى خلق عظيم, like he says, lo, thou art of an exalted nature. I always like that translation.
yeah, that's nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay. Um, and it suffices us from his like from his greatness, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, that he was uh, great in every measure,
Hmm.
right?
Yeah, by
Measurement.
every scale, by every measure. Yeah.
Yeah, by every, okay, scale measure. Um, he is great in the scale of religion, great in the scale, or religion is not even. I don't like that
Yeah, I
translation,
mean,
but
Deen is very tough to translate properly.
yeah. Um, great in the measure of feelings.
Yeah, I guess here would be like affection, like how people feel about him. But yeah, and feelings.
Okay. Great in the measure of character and virtues. Uh, great with uh, like with who disagrees with him in
Yeah, not
conceptual
disagree,
or
not
thought.
disagrees with him. He's great even
Oh, who's
according
different?
to those who disagree on, I guess you can say different ways of thinking or theories or something like that.
Yeah, different.
In the translation, he said differing ways of abstract thinking, which I don't know. Maybe that's yeah. Probably just people
Also,
with different ideologies and philosophies. Really, is what he's meant to say.
okay. ولا يسعهم, yeah, and does not uh أن يختلفوا عن العدمية. Um, hmm. And it doesn't encompass them that they're different in their atomic nature.
Yeah. So what would be the fa'il here? Yasa'u.
ولا يسعهم. Is it مستتر
Uh,
or
no.
من or no, sorry, no, it would be ولا يسعهم بمستتر, no.
So what kind of an is this?
المصدرية. So
Yeah.
you would do, wait, so you do تقدير المصدر and that would be the oh, okay, I see,
Yeah.
yeah. It's
Yeah.
funny because I was just reading this an hour ago. I shouldn't,
Yeah. I
but
just need to get used to like actually applying it.
actually, this is good because I have an exam on this. So, all
Oh,
right,
nice. Nice.
all right, yeah. So that would be اختلاف would be the
Yeah. Or اختلافهم or something.
yeah
Because
اختلافهم.
يختلفوا. Yeah.
So يسعهم اختلافهم في الطبيعة الآدمية. That would be the تقدير.
So basically it's saying these people differ in like theories and ways of thinking, but these people can't differ in they can't differ about human natures and like بديهيات المنطقية like the absolute logically simple things. Like they can't differ on those kind of things. So when they see the nature of the Prophet ﷺ and his great qualities and the proofs for his prophethood, fine, they can have different theories on like life and thinking, but they can't differ on that. That's basically what he's trying to say.
Mm. Okay, I see.
That's one of the reasons for his greatness.
Oh, so like their khilaf does not reach like that.
Yeah,
Uh,
like how can you differ over, oh, this person is generous, that person's not? How can you differ over the generous person being better? Like, on human nature ideas, these people are not going to differ.
I see.
And same
Okay.
for like they're not going to differ on the axiomatic rules that like okay the part is less than the whole or things like that. بديهيات المنطقية. They're not going to differ on those kind of things. So if you know those kind of things, it's enough for you to know the truth of Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam.
I see. Okay.
Okay, this is the
Uh,
last paragraph. You
all right.
actually you can just do it.
All right. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. قال رحمه الله إن النبي الكريم سيدنا محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم هو الرجل الوحيد في التاريخ الذي نجح بشكل أسمى وأبرز في كلا المستويين ديني والدنيوي.
Hmm.
وإن هذا الاتحاد الفريد الذي لا نظير له لتأثيره الديني والدنيوي معا ليوجب لا يوجب
Uh,
أن يكون سيدنا محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم.
I think
It's like that. Okay.
the yujibu. Yeah.
يوجب, sorry, يوجب, yeah.
Yeah.
يجيب. لا يوجب أن يكون سيدنا محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم أعظم شخصية ذات تأثير خير فاضل.
Yeah, خير
أوكي.
to be like the best. Yeah.
خير فاضل بناء. What is that?
Yeah,
وبناء.
بناء. Yeah.
Okay.
Someone who we saw it last. I think we saw it last time. I think you weren't here, but we saw it last time. It was like uh
Like makeup?
I think it was someone who establishes like builds society or something. But let me look it up again.
Okay. وبناء this okay I see بناء شامل في تاريخ البشرية في تاريخ البشرية صلى الله عليه وسلم.
Oh,
So indeed the prophet, the general, the noble prophet, our master Muhammad صلى الله عليه وسلم, was the only man in history that succeeded in the manner um أسمى وأبرز في كلا المستوى.
that smells like high, right?
Higher, yeah, higher and more apparent
Yeah. Like
in both.
the most high and apparent possible manner he succeeded in that way in
Oh,
these two on these two different planes or these two levels.
in these two, oh, okay, in these two levels, the religion and like the worldly affairs or deen and dunya affairs. Uh,
Yeah.
and indeed, this conjoinment,
Yeah, that's good.
yeah, اتحاد الفريدة, this singular or conjoinment or yeah,
A singular is fine. A singular like conjoinment or joining, but singular meaning unique in this case. Yeah.
oh الفريد, yeah,
Yeah.
like وحيد, okay, like this unique conjoining, which doesn't have any لا نظير له لتأثير, like there's no Nadira is like a competition, a competitor here.
Yeah, there's like so he has no one can even compete with him, no equal, like something like that.
Oh, another in this. Okay, I see. La Nadira, yeah, so no competitor for him due to his effect, his religious and his worldly effect together.
Yeah,
Both
like
his
how influential he was in both the worldly and the dunyawi scale. I mean, worldly and religious scale.
uh, it indeed necessitates that he, so our master Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, is the greatest in personality
Uh, yeah,
or individual.
he is the greatest personality. They're using shakhsiyah to mean personality in the English sense. Oh, he's a great personality, meaning he's like you know, he's like a famous
Mm.
person. This whole thing, by
Uh,
the way, is a translation from an English book. This whole quote. That's why it sounds so weird.
let's see. Uh, ذاتي تأثير خير فاضل. Uh, the possessor of ذاتي. Is this okay? سيدنا محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم, that he is the, yeah, the greatest in personality, and possessor of effect, an effect that is virtuous and خير was what was خير again? Sorry.
A year is like, yeah, generous or very like here, I guess it'd be like far reaching, like a really far reaching effect or influence.
And far-reaching, and a not a, I don't want to say builder, but
Yeah, it's
someone
like
who established.
I guess builder in the sense of like, yeah, like he built something up, a society, like it's something historically significant.
Yeah, a complete sort of builder
Yeah.
or in the history of humanity. So I said,
So yeah, this is a quote from that, there's that book that like Muslim apologists always like to use the by Michael Hart. Um, the 100, the ranking of the most influential person in history or something. It's kind of weird that
oh,
he doesn't have the source here. He puts it in quotes, but he doesn't give you the source. But in the English translation, they give the source, and I think he gives you the original quote. And the original quote is way easier to understand. Because like, yeah, they're trying to take modern English and put it into Arabic. So that's why this paragraph was so weird. So I'll send you the original quote, and it doesn't say exactly the same thing though. I don't know. And of course, this author wasn't saying Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam or Sayyidina and stuff like that because he's not Muslim. But yeah, so that's the end of the khasa'is part, the khasa'is. And then we have the perfection of the Sharia. That's like 4 pages. And then we have the great rights of the Prophet ﷺ upon us. That's another like 3 pages. Then we have a khatima. So the khatima is another 3 pages. So we're almost done, but I think need to have like one extra session if we want to finish it in Rabi al-Awwal. So yeah. So I don't know. Let's talk in the group. Maybe we can do like some random Saturday, do an hour somewhere or something like that. Okay. Any questions before we finish for today? اللهم انفعنا بما علمتنا وزدنا ما ينفعنا وزدنا علما. اللهم فقهنا في الدين وعلمنا التأويل وعلمنا الحكمة. اللهم إنا نستودعك ما قرأنا وما فهمنا وما حفظنا فاردده إلينا عند حاجتنا إليه يا رب العالمين. سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين. ونختم بالفاتحة لروح سيدنا الدكتور نور الدين عطر رحمه الله. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله.
عليه السلام.